like to call to order this regular meeting of the Board of Education at 6 p.m. If everyone could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America,
which stands one nation,
under
God.
God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That does not translate well.
Okay, roll call.
Okay, Ms. Capabianca.
Here.
Mr. Corey.
Here.
Ms. DePretis.
Here.
Mr. Euclid, excused. Ms. Papiano.
Here.
Ms. Hona is here. Mr. Kisco.
Here.
Mr. Manicia.
Here.
Ms. Richardson.
Here.
Ms. Toder.
Here.
Mr. Aram.
Yeah.
Mr. Barlow. Not here. Ms. Ferguson. Ms. Harold. Ms. Klimaszewski. Ms. Lebomsky.
Here.
Ms. Schulte.
Here.
Mayor Carbone. Okay.
Thank you. Entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
So moved by John,
Second the motion.
second by Armin. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous? Okay, school community service, public participation. The board invites members of the community to speak on topics to be addressed on the agenda or other topics of interest. The board will not allow comments regarding specific staff members, parents, students, or personal grievances. Courtesy is expected in this limited public forum. The participating time will be limited to 3 minutes per person and 10 minutes overall to guarantee efficient operation of the meeting. I did not receive any email comments. Is there anyone on the public line?
Fiona, it's
Anyone on
Jason.
the public line that wishes to address the board? Jason?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm available for once the information about the Washington, D.C. trip is presented. I could be available to answer any questions based on the survey results. There wasn't as big of a participation in the survey from the 9th grade as I was hoping. And with that, if you need me, you know how to get in touch with me. I will hang up for now, but we'll call back in if you need me to answer any questions.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Okay, is there anyone else on the public line that wishes to address the board?
Yes. Hello, this is Jareen
Hello,
Grant.
please. Great. You can just state your address for
Hi.
the record and
Sure. Highland Lake Road.
Joanne Brick.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to share with the board and anyone else listening the current concerns from the TPS community as relayed to me. First, just the questioning of semi-shared equipment in gym classes, including the space itself. With use of masks, consistent sanitation, and continued social distancing measures, one could imagine a group of students carefully kicking a ball to one another, just as an example. I think that with thoughtful planning on part of the schools and PE departments, it just occurs to many of us that there are in fact many ways to provide a variety of traditional physical fitness activities with those considerations in place. Additionally, some concerns that parents have shared with me in regards to the follow-up procedures for absences. I've looked into but not found the guidance on what our current protocol is for an absence call related to our current crisis. This is in reference to numerous accounts of families calling in, including calls that include known COVID symptoms. Logically, it is the opinion of many that it would not be unreasonable right now to make sure that a family has been contacted to help with quality care decisions. I, for example, would not be alarmed to receive a call back from the nurse if I called and stated that my children had fevers. I would expect my school to question, at the very least, the next steps I was taking prior to their return, and to further offer support if needed. It is, however, a bit alarming to imagine a student or staff member returning to school with no follow-up and acting as if that couldn't possibly cause a problem. I think in the interest of public safety, the thoughts of many families here are that we should be more proactive rather than reactive in these procedures. It's a clear observation that contact tracing would be far more effective if these follow-ups were made. To continue on with proactive planning, recent concerns in the news that with the upcoming holidays, the predicted exposures could increase the concentration of positive cases in group settings. It's also to note that just as of last week, Torrington is just shy of the positivity rate that encourages more distance learning. To many parents and teachers alike, it makes more sense for a planned break from in-school learning than to react to a last-minute closure, as has been seen in the past. This inconsistency of the ins and outs of attendance is proving to be quite stressful for all involved. It might be a fair opinion to say as to what's to come now. Though our safety measures have proven that COVID is not actively spreading at schools, it could be argued that that just hasn't happened yet. The second highest occurrences of clustered outbreaks are in workplaces. We all know how and why that happens, and one would argue that a school is nothing more but a workplace. In this case, it might be possible that failing to plan will be planning to fail. As for Torrington's most recent closure and the meat of my call, emails were sent to the entire school community, including remote families that, quote, their child was exposed and needs to be quarantined. At first glance, I and many others believe individually about possible exposure based on that broad language used, but how, we all thought. This felt like an error in communication and planning to many Torrington families. The subsequent emails did little to alleviate that until our principal broke down the issue, and still, limited information sent many people scrambling. It seems that a proactive approach would have been to include the information that the health department was willing to share with the public within those first emails. This could have prevented undue panic and stress in the community. It was and still is the opinion of many people that the leadership in regards to this was inefficient at the time. The email also went on to recommend that the entire student body be tested for COVID-19, but failed to guide a parent as to how. Many believe that to have made a recommendation like that should have spawned the district to provide direct support and organize said recommended testing. Apart from these observations, during a conversation with a fellow parent, the idea of a parent advisory committee came up. One that would include expert representation from multiple sectors in regard to not only our current issues, but those to come. We asked ourselves in this conversation, would the board and district respond differently to such a group? Is it accurate to say that the district would consider these recommendations more thoughtfully? And would the board consider helping provide resources for such a group? Parents and teachers ask that the board represent them and help guide the administration in the following considerations. Making sure that information being shared with families is aligned with what the public health department is able to share. Considering obtaining consent to share more reliable, pertinent information. Organize testing if broadly recommended. And consider proactive follow-up measures to ensure more efficient contact tracing. Please also discuss the proactive planning for the possible effects of the upcoming holiday season. It has been said many times that we will not know in the future if we've overreacted, but we will most certainly know if we've underreacted. Thank you for your time this evening, all of you. I look forward to a robust conversation in regards to the concerns of your constituents. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else on the public line that
You
wishes
turn
to
it down a little.
address the board? Anyone else on the public line, last call? Okay, thank you. Okay. I would like to entertain a motion to go into executive session regarding a union matter, inviting in Superintendent Lebomsky and Ms. Schulte. And Ed, sorry.
So moved.
Second.
We'll move.
Yes,
Jessica.
Thank you.
all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Tom seconds.
Yeah. Thank you. 6:09.
So just have the board on here and the rest of it. The rest need to be in here or no?